Let's look at problem number 1. What is the value of A in this right triangle? The lengths of the sides that they've given me are integers, and all of these answers are integers. The first thing we want to think about is, are there any answers we can automatically eliminate? We're looking for the side of a right triangle, so it must be less than the length of the hypotenuse. The hypotenuse is the longest side of every right triangle. So if the hypotenuse is 5, this side has to be less than 5. So that eliminates A and B. It cannot be 9 units long or 7 units long, because that would make it longer than the hypotenuse. So there are only 2 possible answers. Now let's think of the special right triangles that you've learned. There is a 3, 4, 5 right triangle and a 5, 12, 13 right triangle. Those are the triangles that you know that have all integers for the lengths of the sides. So the answer here is D. Let's check it. 3 squared plus 4 squared equals 5 squared. This side squared plus this side squared equals the hypotenuse squared. 9 plus 16 equals 25. If you knew this instantaneously, it would save you a lot of time. You wouldn't have to do any of these computations. Let's look at number 2. What is the value of B in this right triangle? I see that the hypotenuse is 13, one of the sides is 5, and all of my answers are integers. So this must be one of those 2 special right triangles that have all integers for the lengths of the sides. There is a 3, 4, 5 triangle. That can't possibly be this. Is this a 5, 12, 13 right triangle? Yes, it is. The hypotenuse is 13. This side is 5, so this side must be 12. The answer is B. Now we could have eliminated C and D from the beginning, because this side cannot be longer than the hypotenuse. B must be less than 13. Instead of having a 25% chance of getting this problem right, you now have a 50% chance of getting this problem right. So let's check it. 5 squared plus 12 squared equals 13 squared. 25 plus 144 equals 169. Number 3. What is the value of C in this right triangle? This is not one of the 2 special triangles that has all integers, because there's a 2 here. We have a 3, 4, 5 triangle, but nothing with a 2 and a 3. So the only answer that's not an integer is number D. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. 2 squared plus 3 squared equals the hypotenuse squared. 4 plus 9 equals 13, which equals this side squared. That's not the length of this side, so I need to take the square root of 13 to find out what the length of this side is, C. So our answer is D. Number 4. What is the perimeter of this square? Now you know that the diameter equals 2 times the radius. The only thing they give you is the radius. So halfway across the circle is 2 units. So all the way across the circle, going through the center, is 4 units. I can see that this circle touches all sides of this square. So from the top of the circle to the bottom of the circle, going through the center, is the diameter. And we've already calculated that the diameter is 4 units. Anywhere across the circle from one side to the other going through the center is 4 units. If from the top of the circle to the bottom of the circle is 4 units, then from the top of the square to the bottom of this square is 4 units. If this side is 4 units, because this is a square, all sides are 4 units. So to find the perimeter of the square, I have to have 4 times the length of one of the sides. 4 times 4 is 16. So the perimeter, the distance around the square, is 16 units. Number 5. What is the diameter of this circle? I see that the radius is 4, so the diameter is 2 times the radius, which is 8. The diameter is the distance from one side of the circle to the other through the center. This length is exactly the same as the length of this side of the square. So if this is 8, then the diameter is 8. We didn't need to do any calculations. Number 6, what is the area of this circle? The formula for area of a circle is area equals pi times radius squared. If the length of this side is 6, then the diameter of the circle is 6 units. Therefore, the radius is half that, which is 3 units. So we have area equals pi times 3 squared. 3 squared is 9, so area equals pi times 9, which is d, 9 pi. We generally write the number in front of pi, but there's nothing wrong with writing it this way. That means pi times 9. This means 9 times pi. The commutative property for multiplication says it doesn't matter the order in which you multiply numbers. Let's look at number 7. What is the circumference of this circle? This is the formula for circumference of a circle. Circumference equals pi times diameter. Or you could say circumference equals pi times 2 times radius, because diameter equals 2 times radius. So the diameter of this circle is the same as the length of a side of this square. So this square has a side length of 7 units, so the diameter of this circle is 7 units. So circumference equals pi times 7, or here, as you see, 7 pi. Number 8. If this circle is cut out of this square, what portion of the square remains? I want to know what's this piece, plus this little piece in this corner, plus this little piece in this corner, plus this little piece in this corner. So first I need to find out what the area is for the entire square. The area of a square is the length of one side squared. The radius of the circle is 2 units, therefore the diameter of the circle is 4 units. The length all the way across the circle, going through the center from one side to the other, is 4 units. Therefore, the length of a side of this square is 4 units. The area of a square is side squared. So 4 squared, because the length of the side is 4 units. 4 squared is 16. Now I need to know what the area of the circle is. So I put area of circle equals pi times r squared. They tell us the radius is 2. So 2 squared is 4. So pi times 4 is the area of the circle. So the area of the square, 16, minus the area of the circle, 4 pi, equals what's left. Pi is a number, 3.14 approximately, rounded to 2 decimal places. 4 times 3.14 is 12.57. 16 minus 12.57 is approximately 3.43a.